Welcome to today's geography lesson. By the end of the unit, all students should be able to identify the 5 themes of geography and use absolute and relative location to describe and or identify the location of a place. We'll also be looking at the different types of maps that we use today. First thing we're going to do, though, is go back into our vocab notes, and we're going to add something to geography here because this will be important when you take your test. It's important to know that one of the big main focuses of geography is studying how people and the earth affect each other. So let's do that. You're gonna go into your internet browser, and let's say you're working on map study guide number 1, or if you're not, just go into your Google Docs and search for your vocab notes that you started during our last lesson. I told you to rename them Geo vocab notes, so hopefully you did that. If you didn't, just find them, open them up. These are all the notes that we took in lesson 1. So now we're going down to create a new word. Last time you did not have to type them in. Now you do have to. And, I'm sorry, we're not doing that yet. We're adding to geography, the study of the earth. And we're going to add how people and the earth affect each other. And I'm not a language arts teacher. I used the wrong effect. There we go. I did it right there at least. Okay. So now we're back in our presentation. Something else we're going to want to add to our vocab notes is a geographer's 2 questions. These are things that geographers want to know. Where are things located and why are they there? And we're not just talking about things like why is a mountain where it is or why is a river where it is. We're also talking about things like ideas, like religions. Where are certain religions practiced and why are they practiced there? So like what caused them to spread there? Why are they practiced in one place and not in another place? So we'll go back into our vocab notes and add geographers 2 questions. Where are things located and why are they there? This is where you'll scroll down and add a new one. Geographers 2 questions. Where are things located? Why are they there? Let's draw a picture. Here's a little reminder for how to draw a picture. Go insert, drawing, new. I'm going to insert a shape because as you've seen, I'm not a great artist on here. I'm just going to pretend this is a map. And on this map, we're going to have different things. And then I'll put a big X here, like X marks the spot. And then we'll put a question mark. Whoops. There we go. Geographers 2 questions. Where are things located? Why are they there? If you need to pause the video at any time, please do so. All right, last class we covered absolute and relative location. As a quick review, remember for absolute location, we're saying the exact point that something is on Earth. So if we're talking about Canada, which is this country here, we just take a point on Canada and we go to the side and we see that we're at 60 degrees north of the equator. So we're at 60 degrees north and follow the line to the top, 120 degrees west because we are west of the prime meridian. So you just point at the country, slide to the side, 60 degrees north, slide to the top, 120 degrees west. A relative location, put yourself somewhere else. If I'm in USA, which direction do I have to go to get back up to Canada? I have to go north. So Canada is north of the USA. A relative location for the United States. Let's put ourselves in Canada. To get back down or south to the United States, I obviously have to go south. So USA is south of Canada. So check for understanding. Lines of latitude measure the distance blank and blank of the equator. The lines of latitude measure north and south or east and west. Lines of latitude measure north and south. So if we're looking at just the lines of latitude here, we see that even though they go from left to right, they're helping us measure how far we've gone north of the equator or how far we've gone south of the equator. It's like climbing a ladder. You climb a ladder up and down. So lines of latitude go up and down or measure up and down on a map. Another check for understanding. Lines of longitude measure the distance blank and blank of the prime meridian. Is it north and south or east and west? East and west. Lines of longitude measure the distance east and west of the prime meridian. So even though they go up and down, which makes us think north and south, all these lines are showing us how far we've traveled west of the prime meridian or how far we've traveled east of the prime meridian. So here's your example. Here's the ladder I'm talking about. Lines of latitude are showing us how far we've gone north of this equator or south of it. So here we have the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, or how far we've traveled east or west of the prime meridian. So here we have the western hemisphere. Over here we have the eastern hemisphere. When you are finding absolute location and writing it, which one do you start with, the line of latitude or the line of longitude? We start with latitude. So you always start on that equator and travel up or down to your location. You look to the side to see how far you went. Then you go to the prime meridian and you follow the line up to the top or down to the bottom to see how far you are east or west of the prime meridian. Okay, the 5 themes of geography. Go kind of quickly on these. We've covered location last class, and I just reviewed it today. There's absolute, which is your exact location on the planet. And there's relative, which describes where you are in relation to somewhere or something else. Place. What is it like there? What kind of place is it? If you traveled to another country and people asked what was it like, you'd probably talk about the weather and the food and the wildlife and the people and the things they did there. So anything you would use to describe somewhere, that's what place is. Human environment interaction is pretty self-explanatory. It's how we interact with the environment and how the environment interacts with us. So when we pollute the environment, we're interacting with it. When it gets really, really hot or really, really cold outside, the earth is interacting with us. So then we react to the way it's affecting us. For example, if it gets really cold outside, we might turn up the heat at our house. We might dress differently. Movement is just anything moving in any way on this planet. It's us moving. It's the tectonic plates of the earth moving. And it's even like our thoughts. When we think something and we share that thought with somebody else, an idea has moved from one place to another. So that's something that we also track in geography. Spread of religion is one of the things that you can't touch religion specifically, but the thought of a religion and the beliefs in a religion can travel from place to place. Regions are large areas with like one big thing in common. So for example, we live in the Midwest in America, and the Midwest is known for having really fertile soils. That means we have good farmland. So states like Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Kentucky, they're all part of the Midwest in America. On this map, you see the region known as the Middle East. This is an area where most of the people there practice the religion of Islam. So regions can change. This used to be considered all of the Middle East, but today this is considered the Middle East. So now we see that A belief or religion, Islam, has spread, so now a region has grown. To remember those 5 themes, this is a little acronym. Mr. Help got movement, regions, human environment, interaction, location, and place. Okay, right now you're going to go back into your vocab notes and you're going to type these 5 words in, and then you're going to define each of these 5 words and draw a picture for each of these 5 words. You'll use the book. The link to the book is in the activity where you found this video, so that should help you. And if you can't think of a good drawing in your notes, go ahead and search for something on the internet and see if you can draw it or copy it into your notes. Once you're finished with that, please watch part 2 of this lesson.